Adults are luring children in and building up trusted relationships with them online to get them to do things for them, whether that's produce sexual material or for sex trafficking or for sexual abuse.
There are hundreds of children every week that are reported to our cyber tip line that are victims of online enticement. And it happens all around the world on a variety of different platforms where children are being groomed and enticed to either sexually produce images of themselves or to meet with individuals for sexual purposes.
And the evidence is that grooming can happen in as little as 45 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe a couple hours, but that's in contrast to, let's say, the old days, where it might take days and weeks or months or sometimes even years.
The dangerousness that is involved in this type of online threat to kids has changed, it has grown, it has become a much more dangerous environment, in that it's not just occurring in the online world, that is maybe a precursor to events that occur in the physical world.
The size and the scale and the horror of child sexual abuse material, child sex trade, child abuse is stunning, and is largely being driven by these same technologies that we all love and use on a daily basis.
Mobile devices, tablets, those are the primary devices that children are using, and it's just not practical. There's no way you can possibly be looking over the shoulder of your child every minute and monitoring every second.
We have to do something about this and start very aggressively developing and deploying technology to stop the types of horrible things that we are seeing going around the world today.
What we need is technology companies and government and NGOs and others working together to prevent these bad people from taking advantage.
One of the most encouraging pieces of this hackathon was that you had a diverse group of industry members coming together to tackle a robust problem.
Microsoft has done this in one area of child sexual exploitation. Here's an opportunity for companies to come together, including Microsoft and others, to work together to develop a new technology that will help tackle online grooming.
We've assembled 3 teams from 7 different companies: Google and Facebook, Twitter, Snap, the Meet Group, and Roblox. They've all come together and brought different resources to bear, different expertise to bear, so that we can all work together towards solving this issue.
It's not enough for just one company to shoulder, to take the laboring oar in that endeavor. It's vital for those industries to take an active role in identifying and managing what the threats are and ways that they can be countered.
The fact is, these are hard problems, and the more brains we have in the room, the better it is. We can't rely just on individual platforms to do this, because the fact is that if one platform solves the problem, well, then everybody's going to simply migrate to the other platform.
This isn't about profit or bottom line. This is about how do you protect children, and that's something that unites everyone. So I think what we found and what we've seen with Hackathon, bringing all these companies together under one roof, they're willing to share these ideas.
I think that they tackled this issue from a number of perspectives. One was technical, another was operational and legal, trying to go through all of those hurdles, cut through the red tape, if you will, to make a tool that could be used on a widespread adoption for those small to medium companies. Ultimately, the goal is to help protect children.
What I'm doing is leading the tech team, which is built of engineers here at Microsoft and across the industry, to operationalize technology. So we have a core technology that was developed by Microsoft, and we are working to figure out how do you deploy that technology at scale and start to act as an early warning system when we start to see conversations that are happening on online platforms.
The legal team, meanwhile, they've cataloged all of the legal issues to surface conversations between an adult and a child.
The fact that evidence might be in one country, offenders in a second country, and a victim in a third country. And the fact that we now rely on other countries' reactions to their own offender behaviors, we have much more vested interest in that.
And the operations team is looking at one distinct issue, and that is when we as companies would come across a grooming conversation, how could we prioritize that when we have to report it to authorities, and then how could our authorities then prioritize it and get it in front of law enforcement in a quicker way?
When a suspicious activity is detected, it can be reported, and that information then can be used for law enforcement purposes and for prosecution purposes in a sort of proper legal way with proper data protection.
This is the beginning of a longer-term collaboration in the industry and academia and NGOs that work together to constantly address the new threats.
Look at it in a holistic way and bring it together so that we can really face the problem and see how we can plot a way forward.